Okay, David D'Arcangelo, Global Marketing Director, CTFO. We're talking about Bliss tonight. And what I had mentioned a few minutes earlier in the run-up to the program tonight is, as entrepreneurs, you want unique product, lead time on your competitors, science-supported documentation, so that you can take the lead and go out and drive a market that's aggressively large and is looking for a solution. With Bliss Extra Strength Happy, good mood is just the beginning, and it's always fun to talk about. So let's talk about the background to this. Bliss Extra Strength Happy, decades of positive psychology research have shown that, and listen to these. These are like check the box. Happy people are more likely to live longer, have more satisfying relationships, have more satisfying marriages, raise happier children, and are more likely to achieve their professional goals. So just think about that. Isn't that like your wish list? Is this product, have you been given Bliss the time and attention that it demands, especially in this post-pandemic getting over market, where mental health is such an incredible front and center subject, as well as people who just want to enhance their mood? Listen to these compelling personal anecdotes. The top one: after 2 days being on our new Bliss product, my thoughts are clearer, my moods are happier, and I find myself laughing at things out of my normal. I feel great. I'm getting more done by having more energy. Thanks, Dean. And then on the bottom is, I felt Bliss drops in less than 2 minutes. Worries melted into bliss. What is that worth? What is the value of that? These personal anecdotes cut right through to the heart of the issue on mood, energy, happiness, how happy people are more successful, have happier marriages, happier relationships, better business success. This is Bliss. You have it as one of your premier products. Nobody else in the world has CBGA, which powers Bliss. Stay with me. More compelling anecdotes. On the left side of the screen, I had my first 10 drops of Bliss yesterday. I had such a positive attitude in the midst of managing a horse that was down, suffering from sand colic, and me being bit by a visiting dog. I was so happy to be able to deal with all of that without anger, anxiety, and judgment towards the dog owner. Bliss gave me a way to delineate between doing harm and not doing harmful toward another. And on the right, I'll just share, I used it in my bottle of water this evening and felt a sense of relaxation immediately. For all of those who are listening, I couldn't sleep a ways back, and I got on this kick, and I took Bliss, and I just got up out of bed and went over, and I put 8 drops onto my tongue. Didn't put them in the coffee or the beverage. Put them under my tongue, let them sit there for a while, took 5 deep breaths and exhaled. The next thing I knew, I was asleep. So personal anecdotes are powerful. Stay with me. Let's look at the other side of the coin. Let's look at the size of another market. And that's one that we should pay attention to. Mental health. Tools to Survive was the theme for the 2021. And to improve mental health and increase resiliency regardless of their personal situation. Approximately, get this, 1 in 5 adults in the US alone, 43.8 million, 80% of employees stated that workplace stress affected their personal relationships. Depression is more common than AIDS, cancer, and diabetes combined. And globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer. When I look for a business that has a decisive advantage over the competition and pays out over 50% of the sales, there's a clue. And you have the lead product, unique product, lead time in your competitors, and you're the channel of distribution. And that's the marketplace. I call that those are must have solutions, not should have. It's kind of like somebody when they have need, need extra strength relief. Is that a must have solution or a should have? That's nobody says, oh gosh, I'll get rid of this tomorrow. They're like, I need it right now. You make money in bunches, everybody. I've been through this many times in my life where you're there at the point, at the precipice, and everything comes together. That's CTFO right now. And you're here with us. What are you going to do with bliss? You could build a business right around this. And then you could add what I'll show you as a coffee and all of our other products, but you could lead. You have to lead with something. Here's another personal anecdote. Okay, confession time. I've been having a hard time and have not been functioning. When I do the things that need to get done throughout the day, I'm grumpy and moody because I just don't care and just don't want to. But I received my bliss. This is the same bliss that you are marketing or are contemplating marketing, and started using it on a Saturday morning. So today is day 3. Holy moly, alert and motivated. My full productive day with a pleasant attitude all day. Why am I reading you personal anecdotes? Because these are from people just like you, who you would be talking to. Who doesn't want a little more joy and happiness in their life? And you can market it as a product. And finally, the company is not kidding. When they say you're just a few drops from happy, thank you for another truly amazing product. This product, not only is it exclusive to CTFO, there is no other CBGA product out there like it in the world that I've seen with 10X Pure. So it stabilizes, it doesn't disappear. The CBGA, the acid doesn't just fall off and disappear, which most do. And that's why nobody sells CBGA. They'll sell CBG, and you'll see that we have CBG in ours as well. Ours has, you can see down below, we have CBDA, but really the focus is CBGA. We use CBDA in higher quantities for our others. When we get to the coffee, when we get to the relief creams, when we get to the Super 1000, that's CBDA for a different issue. CBGA, CBG, and CBD, not a lot of it, because the other two we believe are more focused for this specific issue. So stay with me. Let's think outside the box. Think outside the box, understanding how am I going to talk to people? What's unique about CTFO? If you look at the top 13 products, everything. Does brain hacking, what does that mean? People have heard about it, and nowadays everybody's trying to get their brain and their body to perform at a higher level, if it's possible. Remember in the old days, and they did a movie, you take a pill and you it's unbelievable, you perform. So what does brain hacking do? Hacking the brain means attempting to improve one or more of its functions. It's a worthy goal. Anybody who exercises knows when you have oxygen pumping into your brain and your exercise, or you're walking, or you're hiking, or you're just or exasperated, from being outdoors or swimming, it's amazing what oxygen does. Wow, it's like a happy pill. These functions may include brain hacking, memory, focus, clarity, reasoning, mood, energy, and many others as well. So what if we taught people to take their bliss, take their coffee, and micro drop 8 to 10 drops of bliss into your gourmet, 10X Pure gourmet coffee, with or without, doesn't matter, CBDA. And what's happening? What could happen? It's the most incredible thing. All night you've been sleeping. You're fasting. When you get up in the morning, what's your body? Your body's looking for nutrients. You need to fuel it. You can't get up in the morning, go out to your car, it's got no gas, and start it. It won't start. Or if there's a little bit of gas, it sputters. That happens to you. Remember this. If you're a writer, write them down. If you're somebody who is really, this is really important to you and you're getting something significant out of this conversation, is wait a second, is you want to know one thing. Your body works for you. It's not the other way around. The way you fuel it, treat it, will determine how much you get out of it, brain and body. Brain hacking with bliss, so let's look at that. Improve one or more of its functions. We take bliss, we do 8 to 10 micro drops, 4.7 milligrams of CBGA, plus your 10x Pure coffee with CBDA, if you use that one, has 7 milligrams of CBDA. If you use the one that's not, it just doesn't have the CBDA. It has the gourmet, it has the 10x Pure, and it has the caffeine in the coffee. And this beautiful Colombian coffee. Now, wait a second. Supports reduced stress and anxiousness, supports muscle and joint relief, supports feelings of joy and happiness. What does that feel like after all night fasting? You get up and the first thing you put into your body is fuel. CBGA from Bliss, 10x Pure from in both products, in your coffee, your vanilla latte or your black coffee. And if you have the CBDA, you get the CBDA for muscle and joint relief. I mean, it's just like your body's just going to take it up. It's going to get into your system and it's going to drive you. That's what's called brain hacking. When your brain and your body are allowed to perform, but you have to fuel them properly. As I always say to people is, look, when you're born, whoever your creator, you believe your creator is, whatever they did, they didn't say just get 70% of your capabilities. If you're going to live life and have that incredible lust for living, is go get it all. Get 105%. Strive. So let's have fun as we're closing, ask questions, and listen. When you have products like these, you carry them around. I just got back from Mexico. You saw the associate community site. You saw me with my Bliss and my coffee down there and my creamer. And what I do is I everywhere I go with this, and you can't think I'm crazy. It's just like, it drives people nuts. They'll be talking to me and I'll get my coffee and I go, oh, wait a second. I have to put this in or my day is, it just doesn't start the way I want. I just feel amazing. Hold on. And I put the drops in and I make them as it's dropping. You can see them just going like this. Right? And they go, well, what is that? What are you doing? It's called permission marketing. You don't have to be on the offensive. You're creating intrigue and people will ask you. And then when they ask you what you're doing, they just gave you permission to tell them about it. Or you could start with questions. If researchers discovered happy drops, would you put a few drops in your morning coffee? Or how about this one? How many people do you know who would say no to more joy and happiness in their life? Or finally, do you or anybody you know need relief? My company just introduced gourmet coffee with CBDA for extra strength relief. Do you drink your coffee black or with cream? Do you like vanilla latte or do you drink your coffee black? You just sit back and ask. And your world will change because then they're going to respond and give you permission. What are you talking about? Tell me about it. How can I be happy? You'll have so much fun and produce so much product. Then the next slide, what's the top line say? Sampling, not selling. This is our byline. This is who we are. Compelling product that we really try to reach you in your business or trying to look for entrepreneurs, aspiring or already successful entrepreneurs, and teach them our sampling system, because it's sampling, not selling. How can I say that? Go to Costco, one of the warehouse clubs. Do you think those people passing out the samples are selling? They're sampling. And the good ones ask a few questions of you after they give it to you, because if you're going to give somebody something, you want to set up a time, or you want to follow up, or you want to right now start asking the questions if they sample the product right there. Sampling, not selling. Aspiring entrepreneurs who have now come through the pandemic, I believe it's the best time in the history of direct sales, network marketing, sales and marketing, to build a business, to build a team of successful, aspiring entrepreneurs who have finally said, I know now that there are no guarantees in life. I've seen the pandemic. I've seen the whole system stop. I need to take care of myself. Bring them on your team, build them, teach them, take them through the systems, and allow them to rise up and be one of your team leaders. Sampling, not selling. Our free wholesale shopping club members, I know you'll love the product. I always like to say, are you generally a retail or a wholesale buyer? This is after your sampling. Let's get you enrolled as a free member so you get 30% off of retail. Remember, if you buy in the first 10 days, you get an added 10% off of wholesale. I'll personally take you through Fast Start training and help you pick your pack so you can make the most money possible. How do you spell your last name? Everybody, this is David D'Arcangelo. I appreciate you being on tonight. Bliss Extra Strength Happy, worldwide exclusive, 10X Pure, gourmet black and vanilla latte coffees with and without CBDA, exclusive worldwide. Nobody else has them. This is your time. You make money in bunches. Set your direction, get your knowledge, get the training, talk to the people you need to, and go now in bunches. Trust me. Shop, share to earn. I really appreciate being on with you tonight, and I wish you much prosperity. Thank you.